Hey there, it's Bernardo. So today it's a first for me. I'm trying to record two videos in a row. Sunday, it's already late night, but tomorrow I don't have any meetings in the morning, so yeah, I'm gonna work a little bit later. But I'm wrapping up. So as you know, I'm recording these videos via code with me. This might be a long running series, but my goal now is that I'm doing this project. Uh, which I'm calling, yeah, which is this thing here. I'm reviewing a bunch of different tools, and I already did all this five here: Cursor, Juni, Zed, Copilot with VS Code, and Windsurf. And I'm going to do Warp today. The reason I'm gonna do Warp is because this is the last kind of like graphical user interface that I have on the list to review. If I get access to Kiro, I might also review that. I will definitely do other Vibe Code with me videos and maybe a follow up thing to review, all these VS Codes, last JetBrains plugins like Continue, Kodo, Client, KiloCode, Recode. But I feel like this is kind of like the B series of agents. And the experience, I guess, gonna be pretty much the same as all the other ones. So I'm not that excited because the IDE experience will be the same, right? I'm gonna be doing VS Code or JetBrains, which I already reviewed. Although the agent will change a little bit. But today I'm gonna be looking at Warp, and this is the one GUI that I'm the most excited for, uh, because it's a different proposition. Like I used Warp way ago. I think it was Warp V1, and it was actually a completely different project. It was just a like nice uh, terminal, like rethinking terminal instead of the input for the things were already separate. And I can see how they had some AI stuff like to generate the commands for you to use in the terminal. I didn't like it that much because honestly, I think for my day-to-day terminal, I rather just have a plain terminal. I don't need to be bringing AI when I just want to do some basic CLI stuff. So I ended up stop using Warp. I even posted on X about like how I liked Warp, but they redone they pivoted. They are a completely different thing now. They're calling themselves the agentic development environment, which I think is they're just trying to move away uh, from these where just an IDE. I think it's just a fancy name for an IDE, honestly. Uh, but they have some cool stuff. They were a terminal first and editor second, while the IDEs are normally like an editor first and and then an AI agent second. So this is more like a UI for AI agents. They have some really cool stuff to run parallel things, kind of like a central control for that. I don't know. I'm interested to check this to see how the user experience can be different. I think this is going to be the most different compared to all the other ones that I tried, like Cursor, Windsurf, Juni, Zed, and Copilot on Let's Go. They were all pretty much the same. You had an IDE or an editor, and then you have this sidebar thing that ran an agent. And then there were some nice integrations with the file explorer, code editing, reviewing the changes that AI made. But it was a code editor first, which honestly I like. But this is seems to be a different proposition. So yeah, I'm gonna test it. I like that on the installation thing they already use Brew here, which is, as you might checked on the other videos, is the thing that I use normally. So I'm gonna use Western and going to install Cask Warp. So yeah, I'm gonna install this. As far as the pricing goes, so yeah, it's about the same price between $10 to $20, and include a few AI requests. And it's hard to gauge like how this translates to usage. Some things were like, oh, you have 150 prompts, but then in 2 hours of coding, I used 38 prompts, whatever a prompt is. So pricing is always complicated. Um, yeah, so I'm likely gonna sign up for for this. I mean, I might start with the free one because okay, so is there any difference on the GPT-5, Opus 4.1, Sonnet 4, Gemini 2.5? Yeah, I think the models are the same. So I think I'm gonna start with the free, and I'm gonna see how that goes. And up to 10 workflows and 3 notebooks in Warp Drive. And they had this thing Warp Drive. They already had it, which was like this place to save AI stuff. Not sure how that is today. But yeah, Warp is promising, and if needed, I will upgrade to the Pro if we run out of AI requests. I'm not sure what a request is and how much we're gonna use. All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, there's zero data retention, but I'm not using that for for anything complicated. Oh, okay. There's some configurations for that. Yeah, I think the free one might be good enough. Let's just take a look at the features before we dive in. Yeah, so it has code review to review the things that the code do that the agent did. Maybe we can add it here. Yeah, code review interface. Yeah, you can change. I can do the changes myself, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So then it can become. So it seems like a terminal agent thing that then turns into an editor. Interesting. Oh, I think it has like it's okay. It opens this like inline editor or whatever that is. Okay, there's some indexing on the code, which is good. I saw Judy struggling a lot by not properly indexing things. It was just always lost. It has to always like grab things. Yeah, so these are the agent dashboard. So they have this thing like you can have multiple agents going on, know which ones requires your input. So yeah, it's quite cool. And like notification, right? Uh, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do too many like background kind of agents here. I will try for sure, but yeah, we'll see. I had some problems with this. Okay, terminal. Yeah, the terminal. This was the only thing that it was before. It is a nice take on terminal. You can ask of like to generate a command. You can add it like multi-line stuff, run all of them. Like yeah, it's a cool thing. Uh, has this thing like called blocks. It was an interesting take on a terminal, and yeah, we'll see. All right, features drive. Yeah, so this is the drive thing that we saw, the warp drive, which from MCP rules to drive warp centralizes knowledge for agents and teammates to build and ship. Yeah, it's kind of like a wiki kind of thing. You can, I think back when it was mostly a CLI, you could save like how you would write like Mies tasks or put some tasks on npm like some shared commands. Oh, this is how you do this is how you do that, and then you would write these things. Uh, yeah. Oh, there is also the environment like a substitute for 1Password for sharing secrets, and yeah, I don't like that much. I would rather keep my things on 1Password because I'm already a heavy 1Password user. But yeah, it is what it is. It has some interesting things. This is mostly for teamwork. I think this becomes important for teamwork if you're working on a team and everybody's using Warp. All right, so let's launch Warp and see what we got. Warp. Yes, I want to open it. Okay, I might need to blur. Just gonna 936. I'm gonna sign in. I already had an account before. So yeah, I'm gonna sign in. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. Okay. So this is Yeah, the lightweight file editor. Oh, I did refer someone to Warp and win a nice team. Okay. But yeah, I'm not gonna use that. Groovebox, of course. I'm a Groovebox person. Okay, let's make it full screen, right? All right. And okay. Yeah, also let me check one thing. Okay, just came to settings. I'm just checking what we have in terms of settings. You have MCP servers. You have these rules. Okay, warp MD. Okay, we would set up that when we are in the project. Manage MCP servers. Can we set up like a per project? Is there a way to set like a project? Yeah, I'll see if there's a way to do the MCP per. Otherwise, I'm just gonna set up things globally. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna check the other tab. Yeah, so I am on the free usage. We can see here code. I can create a team. Features. There's a bunch of things. Okay, I'm gonna close this. All right. I think I'm gonna set up the project and play around with it. I'm gonna test the clone repository. So yeah, I'm gonna set up. Okay, let's just see what I have here. I can pass like add. How do I add context? Okay, have terminal. Okay. All right. So this is a. Okay, so things kind of smart, I guess. But if I type like what is, okay, it kind of like. I will say. Okay. So there's agent mode. Oh, okay. How do I detach it? Okay, slash commands. And can I make this bigger? Okay, I can. Oh, thank God. I'm blind. Yeah, let's do this. Auto approve. Okay, for this task, voice input. Oh, let me check one thing. What is my current user? Okay, yeah, it just ran a terminal command. So this is an agent, run some commands. Okay, all right. Attach image. Oh, I can change the manage conversations. Okay, we have this agent here. I think I can start new agents maybe. Oh, I guess I can. Okay. Okay, I think we got, okay, one request. Okay, so this used one request. So the 150 AI requests. are here. All right. They have like a command palette. Okay. Usage settings. AI. Billing and usage. Yeah. Okay. So this uses this. Okay. So it has it has sessions. There's a lot of like new concepts that I have to learn. So this might be the one that it takes me the most time to understand. Yeah, this workflows thing is what I mentioned about like you could share them like, oh, this is how you set up, this is how you run like integration tests, or how you, I don't know, copy how you copy a dump database from staging to your local development environment or something like that. Yeah, but now I have like prompts. Okay, you have prompts, you have notebooks. Oh yeah, let me open the drive. Oh man, I have stuff from my from old company back when I was playing with this. Okay, fortunately I don't have anything here. Okay, so MCP servers rules. Oh, what? I just closed everything. I thought. Look at that. I clicked here, and now how do I go back to the tab? Oh, I close here. Okay, there's still. Okay, but why? Okay, this is a bad experience because now, you know, this pane here has this tab. Then I only know. Yeah, whatever. Like, what if I do this? Yeah, so this is the thing that's silly. Okay, all right. Yeah, never mind. So a pane belongs to a tab. Yeah, there's some example workflows. You see, you can have like your commits. See, this is when I set up stuff. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just gonna delete these things. I don't want this to like conflict with like the context that is sending to the AI. I don't know. Just feel weird about it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to trash these as well. Okay, so I have notebooks. This is like what markdown files, right? Yeah. Can I change the visualization to be actually markdown? Okay, so I can create like a notebook. Uh, Hello darkness, my old friend. Hello darkness, my old friend. Let's do some PHP. Okay. PHP, that's why. Oh, okay, this is bad experience, but yeah, whatever. Class. Is that how you do? I think you have to do this, right? Class full constructor. I don't know. I don't even know how to write PHP, honestly. How do I delete this? Just do this? Okay. Insert block. Oh, I can do like, who am I? And then I can just run in terminal. Okay, interesting. Yeah, all right. So this is interesting stuff. Has nothing to do with the uh, with the with the actual like AI thing. I mean, apart from the rules and the MCP stuff. So yeah, I think I'm ready to set up the project. All right. So I'm gonna do as we do. I'm gonna create a new repository from this template. I'm gonna call expensify warp. Expensify. All right, create a repository. This will take a little bit, and we can clone repository. As soon as it's ready, I'm just going to yeah, just copy this. Yeah, I'm wondering where it's gonna. Oh, really? You are sending this to an agent to? I just can't believe. I honestly can't believe. Okay, sorry. No, 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 no. I'm okay. I'm not gonna do that. This is just silly. I can set it up myself. Yes, close. Can I terminate that? Okay, honestly, cd.github.com / yeah, and I'll do git clone. Okay, this is an interesting thing about this being a terminal. Like, yeah, it has something to it, but like that thing, like why have like a clone repository that just triggers an agent thing? Like it just yeah. The other day, I had a friend of mine like using an agent to run like run the test. I mean, I do that when I am in the middle of like vibe coding session to say, hey, run the test. But honestly, like someone, I had this friend like open the like I want to run the test, and then you could literally just click on the like there was the things on the VS Code or cursor. I don't know. I don't remember to run the test, and then say, open an agent and say, hey, please run the tests. Where we're going, right? Okay. So what does open repository does? Does it just CDs into that? Like it's just like a terminal. Okay, let's just go to okay, Expensify Z, let's go to Expensify Warp and open this. Okay. I wonder if I just do cd Expensify Warp. What is the difference between these and these? Okay, I'm just gonna do this, close the other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna skip warp generation for now, because what we're gonna do is then we're going to move, so we have Expensify, sorry, have dot AI instructions, we're gonna do warp dot md. We're gonna do this trust, pnpm install. All right. Does it get it from like? Okay, so this is the lightweight file editor. Wait a second, can I do like a nvim here? Okay, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, this is just a terminal, right? But it has some interesting things. Okay, it's weird. It's weird. Okay, I have a project explorer now that I'm on a project. Yeah, I wonder if I do cd. Oh, I'm already here, right? What if I go to home? Okay, then cd. Like if I go to Expensify cursor. Okay, so I guess a project is likely defined by like a git mkdir test project cd test project, and if I do git init, yeah. So this project is defined by having a git thing. Yeah, also let me test prg. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's an interesting take. It has yeah, I like that. Okay, so it opens this. Can I set up like I'm gonna ask a question. Can I? How can I configure a project-specific list of MCP servers so that work can use it? I already have a file describing them in mcp.json. Okay, so add seems to add context. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna create a cancel. All right, so I'm just going to remove. Okay, I just realized that this is actually cool now because I'm mixed. It is a little bit like mind-boggling, and I believe that I would do mistakes. Like I would think I was running a command, unless this is really smart. But it makes sense, right? Like I live on a terminal, and I'm just asking questions sometimes. So I can remove. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. Do Warp have a simple way to add reference llm.txt files? I have a list of external LLM txt files that I would like to easily add prompts asking specific questions. See LLMs txt. Let's just see what is it. I just want to check. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is fishy. This is weird. Okay, I think this is good enough. I'm gonna do remove .ai git status. All right, git status lazy git. Let me close this. right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna remove the llams.txt as well. Git. Okay, interesting. All right. How do I check the MCP servers? Okay, AI. I think it hallucinated. I don't think it the MCP servers. Hmm. Okay, let me just see warp directory. Warp. Oh, okay. Dot warp. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I don't think this. I think it's just hallucinated. Honestly. Yeah. In this context, it's just text that I. It's not indexing anything, right? Like, what does Prisma do based on context Prisma? What the hell? Okay, honestly, really bad. Just looked cool, was not cool. Okay, yeah, honestly, just gonna delete this. I'm just gonna take these MCP things here. I'm gonna configure MCP servers here. Yeah, just gonna copy this and paste it here. Right, save. Okay, I guess we can close this, and I guess we can come here and do rf.warp. Okay, restart this. Okay, we just, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do setup project for warp. Let's see if we can start the fail. Yeah, it's having trouble. Okay. Working directory. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to github.com/expensify warp. I guess guess if I do this again, weird. I guess I can npm exec is my MCP. Can I see the logs? Okay, let me just see the MCP. Yeah, having a hard time. I use these to install the dependencies and they are set up. They which npm they are defined. So it might be that work is not loading these properly. Nah, that's not what I'm gonna do. What I'm going to do is the following. These exec okay. I think there's some docs in these getting started. Activate. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these exec workspace dot dash lsp TypeScript language server dash dash. Okay, I give up on setting up MCP. Yeah. Alright, I give up. I think I will have to install things like globally and whatnot. I don't want to spend too much time with that. Yeah, honestly, I think we are ready to start. So it's gonna be 11, so gonna go until around 1 a.m. But I think I need to get some more water. So yeah, we kind of failed to set up the MCP. I can look at it later. Okay, view changes. All right. I'm ready to start. Just gonna get some water. Be right back. All right, just got some water and some Guaraná Antarctica. Well, the reason why I'm wearing a Brazil jersey is because one, I'm Brazilian, and two is Brazil Days, the Brazil's Independence Day, and I went to a Brazil party today. Right after I did the video on Zed, I went there and I'm back doing this video. So yeah, and I'm a little bit like sleepy, so that's why I got that. Just to put some sugar and some stimulants to keep me awake, some guaraná. Yeah, we're ready to start the project. So yeah, just gonna do the initial prompt, see how I can do. Let's see if I can just do that. No, I can't, but I can do like docs. What is the thing that we want? Products, doc/product. All right. And I guess here I just do clarity main. And here I just do tasks. Okay, so yeah, just gonna start the agent and see what it does. It's using Claude 4 Sonnet. I think I can change. I could try like Claude 4 or 0.1 Opus maybe for planning, or GPT high reasoning or medium reasoning for planning. I think I'm just gonna go with Claude 4 Sonnet. We've been doing that the whole time. Okay, so it had a conversation running. Okay, start new conversation. Oh, okay. I'm confused on. All right. Yeah, let's vibe code. Let me put my phone to charge. 1 second. Warping. Can I see what you're warping about? Can I see the thinking. Maybe because I'm on the free plan, they're kind of like slowing me down. Did they say anything about speed on the pricing? Uh, Workout dev pricing, maybe? Do they say? Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. By the way, healing usage. Okay, I think it's not gonna last that long. But yeah. Okay, I think I have a view changes. Oh, this is a Git thing. Okay, this is a really, so the double scroll here is really bad because I'm trying to like scroll right, and then I'm stuck here. This is gonna, yeah, this is gonna trigger me. Uh, so is it now? Is just waiting for me to confirm? Oh my god, this is gonna. I cannot review this like this. Uh, Maybe if I just open like new Vim, here, I can like. Maybe I'll have like a tasks. All right, if I do this, it asks me. Uh, yeah, this is gonna be painful. Okay, maybe if I. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make it smaller because the size of the pane is not dependent on the size. Oh man, this. Oh. Okay, there's a review changes. Oh, thank God. Oh no, this review changes is for the Git thing. Oh no. Yeah, this is such a bad UX. And if I try to scroll up, it starts scrolling the. This double scroll is gonna kill me. You know, honestly, I'm. Yeah, this has to be vibe coding, like extreme vibe coding, because I'm not gonna be looking at this way. All right. Acceptance criteria. Oh man, my yeah, I need to change the thing that I use for markdown files. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Before you proceed, can we change the strategy so the database schemas are done progressively per task instead all in one shot? And all these AIs, they all want to like one shot everything, and it just makes like testing and reviewing and thinking about stuff just much harder. Yeah, like I think there was only one. I don't even remember which one did this correctly. I think it was GitHub uh, Copilot, or maybe it was Windsurf. I don't know. I have to check the video. Uh, but yeah, most of them just try to one shot the database schema, which I guess goes in line with what people actually do, which I don't like. I think you should be. Alright, already gonna see that this is gonna be a painful experience. I had high hopes for Warp. Yeah, but oh, this is gonna kill me. Is there a better way to do that? Is there a better way, like to make this bigger or to focus on these changes? Yeah, it needs to. There needs to be a better way. I mean, I guess I can just do enter to accept it. But it's so hard to review. It's so bad. Let me just open on my new Vim here. It didn't check up the project to see. Wait, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, okay, wait. Okay, cancel. Keep things simple. Ready, have a simple, and let's start the test definition from scratch. We already have um, a working next alt authentication. Maybe we want to improve it a little bit or just review it. This can be task 1. Review your authentication flows to make sure it is in line with PRTs. But there's likely no need to change schemas because the setup we have already have that. Therefore, we would end up with something like this. Task 1, task 1, review authentication flows, and first sign in experience by setting a name, for example. Dropping the user, the post into model, and instead replace with a user profile update flow and IPC server. Task user 2, implement or creation. Let's see what it did for. etc. One important feature per task from this point onwards. Honestly, this is. Profile TRPC router implemented. No, let's test this refine. I would remove the test end to end from the to-dos to not confuse future humans and agents into writing E2E tests, browser E2E tests. Let's see how does the refine. You can update their name and profile information, profile update UI components created, session callback properly, handles username fallback, protected roots work correctly, user. Okay, I like that. Apply changes. Alright. Yeah. User invitation system with email notification. Yeah. I know this is kind of unfair, but I should have done that in others. Life easier. Let's not use email for you. Actually send emails. Instead, let's just log invitation information to the consoles so we can maybe test things. Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna vibe code it. And it's yeah, the review UI is really bad. And I think this is one of the most important things for coding. Yeah, just bad experience. Yeah, but I think it's interesting. Like I on this review on this process, I reviewed a lot of like IDEs and you know graphical user interface. What is a graphical user interface versus a terminal? It is a weird definition because nowadays terminals can have like mouse interactions, scrolls, and whatnot. So what is a graphical in term like what is the main difference, right? Like so whatever. I think the point is that the other ones are more like IDEs. They're like graphical. They have their own render engine or whatever. And most of them are just VS Code, just Codium kind of like forks. And but it's interesting that I transitioned from this plugin for graphical IDEs, and the next things that I'm gonna be looking at are gonna be like terminal UIs, and I think Warp is kind of like in the middle of this transition, but at the same time is not the same thing. Like yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. Maybe I should also review like yeah some integration with like NeoVim. Like, is it an IDE? Is it yeah? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna apply these changes. We're likely not even gonna get to those tasks. So before we proceed, hey, let me go to the view changes. These are all the Git changes. Yeah, honestly, I feel like how do I? This is such a weird thing. Honestly, I think it's better to just do like lazy Git and review it here. Um, lazy Git side by side versus unified. Oh, I guess this is the. This is my lazy Git configuration. Oh, that's not what I wanted. How do I open like a? Oh, oh no, that's not what I want. Okay. delta. Okay, honestly, what I'm gonna do, my lazy git config to use a unified diff pager. Hey. That config slash want to go into lazy git. I know this is kind of like detour, but I just want to test it. Take my lazy git config to use better delta diff pager without two panes. Okay. Implement dot create initial tasks. Okay. We can now proceed. I have like multiple agents now. I guess I can close this. Proceed task 1. No, stop. That was my bad. Let's proceed with task 001. do one thing here though. SCP undo data. Oh, I think I forgot again. Z specify Z data controls down. Dot T data controls HD. Okay, I like the AI code completion. I just wonder, like, is this running on a local model? Is it running remotely? I feel kind of weird having these things here. Like, I don't know yeah. I like code completion, but I feel uneasy with code completion on the terminal itself. Not sure why. Okay. Apply changes. Changes. No. I'm going to let's not remove them right now because I think they serve as reference. Let's first create the user routers so we can follow the same testing patterns as post.test.ts. Maybe it is worth adding to the warp.md file information about how to test things. Most importantly, knocking out module and transactional testing by enabling it with v.mock /server.cp and why it has this weird, like, I don't know, it's weird. And by enabling it with v.mock plus using Prisma client directly. Okay, this is interesting. So it created a plan and it's setting it and it's following the plan. And I think this plan matches task. I think we also do glow docs tasks. Yeah, it is pretty similar to this. Yeah, I wonder if we can like split like into two agents and have them both perform the same task, like we done with Juni the other day, but Juni was so bad, and maybe this is gonna be a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's just got stuck with the warp MD file. I don't think it's been. Yeah, that's all the changes that we currently have. this one, yeah, something. I think the API, like the proxy is slow, I guess, maybe. Uh, you know what? I think I'm gonna upgrade AI. It's really slow. Let me pause for a while I update the. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade because this is really slow. Yeah, this is good enough. Okay, at least now we have code completion here, which is already better. Sorry, syntax highlight, not code completion. Get profile. Yeah, it gets the current user. All right, good enough. Yeah, so this is the like it's really a lightweight editor, and that's what I don't like. I think yeah, being this, it's kind of like in a limbo, right? It is not an IDE, but it's also not just the agent. I think it will need to have like a nice integration with like a nice editor, especially for reviewing these changes and whatnot, to be a really compelling thing for engineers. I don't know. I feel weird about it. Hmm. It has some interesting takes. I like the way that I interact with my machine through this, but it doesn't feel like I don't know how to explain my feelings here. It just feels a little bit off and unpolished. I know I can open like NeoVim. That's cool. I just can do this because this is just a terminal. But then, what is the difference between these and one running even another editor just for the vibe coding thing, if I want to use my lazy theme, or just running like Claude Code or Codex CLI, or even like Cursor now has a CLI, right? It has like Cursor CLI, I guess. Yeah, by the way, this Cursor CLI support ACP. Cursor CLI ACP. Yeah, I don't think they will. They still want to push you towards Cursor. See, again, I'm just gonna do this and then I'm gonna open use a test. There's some conflicts with the keybinds. PNP run test. I have to npm run test reset run test. Let me do actually. I need to do a few things. I go to package JSON. I'm gonna change these to vtest run. I'm gonna do test. This is, by the way, Scopilot. Alright, let's go to 3. And let's do npm run db push test. And let's do this. Let's do npm run db migrate db generate, sorry. npm run test reset. Run test. Okay, it is a cool terminal. I'll give you that. It is a fast and interesting terminal. Yeah, it has some interesting things going for it. Some stuff to okay, you can send notifications. That was weird where this banner was, but yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think now we can remove. Remove post router. And let's remove these two. Okay, I can't even like delete it. Yeah, mod. Source server, sorry, server API routers post test, and here let's git loop npm run that. Is there like a warp new Vim integration? npm run migrate. Split pane right. Okay. D. Okay, I see a really interesting like potential here where I can, like you can open nvim in this pane and have like a mini new Vim running because it's just a terminal. Yeah, I can see how this can be interesting. All right. Localhost 300 has some hellos not defined. Like, can I send like these to the agent? Hmm. getting a little bit crazy with this PNPM push. Hmm. Is it done though? Let me wait a second. Let me just test. Okay, sign in. And I'll do it. Example.com. Localhost 8.5. Got the email. Edit. Okay. I didn't yeah, I likely need to yeah, whatever, it's fine. User profile editing. Right. I like that it tests like multiple times. Alright. Amazing. Let's do task 002. Yeah, I want to see how well it goes. Okay, gonna have to edit again. PNPMDB push. You shouldn't be doing PNPMDB push. And do PNPMDB generate. Create add organization. Add orgs. What? What does it have from crypto? Okay, random bytes, okay. Create new organization. Update invite user. It should. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm just going to vibe code it. I'm honestly. I think this is okay. I think this is an okay experience. I think the code reviewing is not great, especially the double. Yeah, the scroll, man. I think the scroll. Honestly, I would rather have it like not have a scroll here, and you can fold this, and when I'm reviewing things, doing that, and also I don't understand why it needs to, like, why it stops on each file. I think it should be able to like just keep going and let me review, like, yeah, maybe there's a config for that, but I think that should be the default. All right, let's add in the organization router. I guess this is the. No, 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 no. Organization test. We just forgot to set up to mock the out the next out thing. See user.test for an example. No, no, what the fuck? Okay, it's just hallucinating. It's just getting stupid. Maybe we should start a new. Yeah, this is one of the things that I liked about Zed. Was it showed the context window. I think I just like yeah. Yeah, but the experience is weird. Like it should have a way to like squash the context. Yeah, not great. It's like B tier. Has a lot of potential, but not there yet. Yeah, this lacks a lot of things. Like setting up MCP was hard. It doesn't have first class support for LSP. It's not like a real code editor. So things like that I have like in my NeoVim that I can do this. Like other tools, like for example, Crush has like LSP. So LSP is already integrated. I think even the code editor is better. Yeah, looking forward to test that. But yeah, not. I think this is a cool. I think they're trying something cool, and I'm really happy that someone is trying something different. I think engineering is changing, and therefore the tools that we use likely gonna change. So I think someone thinking about what is the next user interface for engineers, assuming this agentic first word, is a great question to ask. Um, but then is it like if you're building this terminal and adding these agent things, like are you? I don't know. I have so many questions. There's so many questions to be answered, and nobody knows the answers. But yeah, I think the gist is uh, I like that they are trying. Just don't think the experience is there yet. Let me just see one thing. Sorry, AI putting in usage. I'm still good. Yeah, we are about 1 hour and about 50% of the usage down. So I think we're gonna be able to make it to the end. But I don't know why it's hallucinating. I think this should I like is there a way to squash? Sorry, squash. PNPM, yes. Yes, you can run it. Yes, you got it right. I should have set up the test script so that every time you run tests, it does a db test reset before. You see, like this is something I think was Windsurf that I complained a lot about it. That it felt slow. Was it Windsurf? I think it was Windsurf. That it felt slow because I couldn't see what it was doing. So maybe it was actually slow, or maybe it was just my impression that was doing nothing. Uh, Windsurf I think even had like this weird like loading messages like, oh, analyzing the hyperspace or something like that, some silly things. That meant nothing. No, just to, so their attempt to show they were doing something was weird and felt actually they weren't doing nothing because it was clear that it was, yeah, like, is this like, oh, I'm waiting, is this like waiting for a response from the API? Is this doing like thinking, like what is going on here? Like, give me some, give more information. It feels low if you don't. Hmm. Yeah, especially compared to Zed. Like, I just used Zed AI and like earlier today, and it was so, it felt so much faster. Even though maybe it wasn't, but it just felt fast. And both of these things are written in Rust, so it's not just because of the Rust, because Warp is also written in Rust. Uh, yeah, rewrite it in Rust, shall we? Come on, do something. You see, like this makes me exhausted. I guess I guess the goal here is to like just spawn a bunch of like agents. But the problem with this, like compared to the background agents, the thing about like background agents like Devin or Codex, the Codex has the background things, right? You can just delegate cloud in the account. So this thing or cursor background agents. These things they run in their own VM. If I just come here and do and run a bunch of agents, they still gonna be sharing my like the same state, which has upsides and downsides. The downside is okay, great. So the downside of that, like why it took so long to do this? What the hell was going on? Like, yeah, why it was like just what does warping means? I just hate this. Yeah, I think it was like their API like just getting slow. Maybe they had too many people using it. I don't know, man. It just breaks. It's just a deal breaker for the experience. Okay, I like what you're doing here. I mean, you can mark. What do you mean? But you created this. Shouldn't like the invite. Sorry, organization TS. Why does TypeScript LSP always need to be restarted? I know Prisma is a little bit at fault because it generates things in the wrong place, and I guess the LSP just gets lost. It doesn't think it changed, but it did change. I guess the best approach would be to save the generated thing outside of the node modules. But yeah, I digress. I'm just gonna go ahead. But like, what do you mean? Like, you see, Hmm. I'm gonna ask it to refactor some of this stuff to use the. All right. I'll give this some like I think this has a nice like Hexer interface. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel like a hacker. You know, it's a yeah, it's a Hexer thing. Uh, why? Okay. Sorry. Let's check if it is working. Localhost 3000. Let me just. create organization, my new org, create. Okay, view. I can do much with the org, can I? Glow plus tasks task 002. I don't think we are done with task 2 yet. I can't seem to do the invitation flow. I'm stuck on the dashboard and clicking view doesn't lead me anywhere. Can you hear me? Can you hear it? There's a lot of like fireworks going on the side. Yeah, so it failed. Like yeah, some agents did that. They thought they were completing the task. They just went updated the markdown file for the task, and they just did a bad job at it. Yeah, Warp hasn't been that good, honestly. Yeah, I'm reaching the limit, but I don't think I will pay the pro plan. We are almost reaching the 2 hour thing. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Just because the experience is bad and then it feels quite slow. I think I will do a short video of like a AI coding agents tier list with all the tools that I've reviewed so far. Uh, yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. Yeah, I'll definitely put Zed as tier. I think I would put some of the 0 to 1 kind of hero tools in tier S as well. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe maybe I'll put some of the yeah, but definitely A tier. Uh, yeah, June is definitely going into F tier. Navigate to organization dashboard. There was literally like the model literally wrote a to do and then just ignored what it wrote and then just yeah, I'm done with the task. Let's go. You know what I need? I need like a proper like teleprompter. So okay, I couldn't have my own face on my right monitor, but my camera is here, and then my left monitor is here. I have a teleprompter, but it requires me putting like my phone here. Uh, Maybe if I can like mirror like a part of the, yeah, something like that would be cool. But yeah, I digress. Because then when I speak to the camera, I can look and see how I'm looking at the camera. Yeah. Someone at example.com. I'm going to send an invitation as member. I think it's going to show up here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to do localhost 2000. I'll just go here. Sign in to accept. Someone at example.com. Localhost 825. Go to that thing. You know what I want to do? I want to do this other thing. I want to back to dashboard, create organization, another org, and I'm gonna come here. So I'm an admin. I'm gonna do another example.com. I'm gonna copy the link. And gonna come here and do this. Okay, so it's not bound to. Okay, it is. Interesting. You should like leave. Yeah, whatever. It's good enough. Yeah, npm type check. You can run this. Yeah, we're reaching the limit. I'll likely just wrap it up a little bit earlier, even though we're only 1 hour and a half. Although I did pause for a while. It was not too much though. I mean, honestly, it is doing more features than what Zed did, but this was mostly on me because I decided to try to implement real email sending there. Yeah. New conversation. All right. Let's do task 003 and see what it does. Yeah, I think after you have something, this can be productive. Yeah, my main nitpick is the experience reviewing the AI code changes. I think that's the main frustration point. Uh, the agent seems good enough. I'll say like, yeah, average. I had a really good experience with that AI, and then I might be I might be I might be being, is that how you say, a little bit more critic of Warp because of that. But if I think about like how was my experience with Copilot, Windsurf, and even Cursor for that matter, I yeah, I think if I'm going to, yeah, if I'm going to analyze that, sorry. So I might be being a little bit more critic, but I think compared to these other things, I think it did all right. Uh, hmm. What happens if I just do this? So I can get. Does it automatically do the diffs as well? I like how it marks this thing as completed before the tests. The criteria for completion is definitely different. I guess some instructions warp MD would be enough. Yeah, it does. It does it automatically. Yes, the issue is how we handle implemented DTRPC middleware. At nm.txt check. What if we issue let's use concat from TRPC. No, but what? No, instead of use, we should use concat, which allows us example which use was concat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pay, otherwise it's not gonna be fair. I still have like 20 minutes left on this experiment. Yeah, but honestly, yeah. Let's see if I reach the limit. wait a second. I'm gonna do it myself. Uh, Yeah. Okay, honestly, I'm just gonna go back. Let's just not have a org have to coordinate OS, and instead let's just have reusable functions that we call in the gRPC endpoints manually. That's in the org ID in the context. Okay, I'm gonna have to upgrade for the last 10 minutes. It's fine. I'm gonna pay for it. Oh really? It's $18? Yeah, the 15 is only okay. I'm gonna pay for this $18. I hate it, but let's pay it. Okay, just upgraded. And yeah, let's continue. Continue. Yes, for 10 more minutes. 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry, I was just closing the other tabs. What do you mean by clean it up completely? Okay, I like it. Yeah, I feel like paying it's much faster now. I think they should disclaim that. You know, if you are giving like priority to paid user, which by all means you should, right? Like you shouldn't be prioritizing, but it should make it explicit on like your pricing page that you have priority over free to your members, just so you know people understand. Like, actually, you could probably sell more. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I should give priority to the people that pay more because then it creates some weird incentives. You know, where you can slack about. What are you doing? I just created a new file and left the. forgot to update. Yeah, let me just bracket JSON. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do like test run and gonna have test gonna be pnpm. Now set up a pnpm run test to reset the database before running, which is likely why you were having issues with changing the indexes, because you likely forgot to generate migrations. What are you doing? It's just complicating stuff. Yeah, I just let's just drop the concept of inactive categories all together and simplify this. Yeah, this, like, we don't need the sub delete thing, just delete it. Yeah. Let's hope that it can wrap up and create an actual working UI. easy. Hotels are passing. Continue. Let me just do fix expense categories backend. Proceed with the front end implementation. Oh, actually not. We are out of time. I'm gonna stop here. I paid this to use for 10 minutes, but yeah. So this is my wrap up of Warp. I think it has really good potential. It it is a different experience. I like the mix of terminal and AI. It makes sense if you think about like I can run a command and do like Control C to cancel it, but I can also start the agent. And I think this back and forth makes sense, right? Like I can stop the agent, run something, give more context to the agent. However, I feel like as a terminal, I prefer the terminal that I use, Western. As a code editor, I prefer other editors like Zed, VS Code, or NeoVim. Uh, and as an agent, I think I prefer the other agents that I tested as well. So this is kind of like, jack of all trades, master of none. The only thing that I think it's really interesting is, yeah, just this is a novel approach. And I think, maybe for teams, this might make sense, the warp drive kind of thing. It is more than just, uh, it is more than just the AI thing, right? It can be like it can be like a hub, like a documentation hub for both you and your AI agents. Uh, so yeah, I enjoyed, but not as much as I thought I would. Yeah, main UX deal breaker that I think they need to improve is the way you review the code for the AI. Honestly, it only got bearable as soon as I activated the kind of like YOLO mode, the turn off, yeah, auto approve. The auto approve thing was the only thing that made this, you know, pleasant to use because I stopped reviewing things. So, should we enable auto approve on this terminal thing? Like, should we enable auto approve ever? Like, if I have a good experience without the auto approve, it is if it feels fast and I would rather not have auto approve. I like how other tools are doing that. You say, hey, this command is fine. You can run as many times as you want without uh, remembering, well, without asking. I feel like yeah, I should be able to do this easily. Maybe there was a way. Uh, yeah, the sidebar project explorer got lost with some of the files that got moved. It didn't sync up properly, so there's some issues there. And yeah, so I think it's interesting, but I don't recommend over other options. I think there are better price, there are better IDs. Uh, yeah, I couldn't open, for example. I know this is silly, but I couldn't open because there was a conflict likely with the UI. Yeah, I couldn't open the my terminal inside of NeoVim, uh, which is silly. I know. I think this can be also interesting if you have like a really big monitor, uh, like a 6K 32-inch monitor or something like that. That you can then use, or like a yeah, a 4K 32-inch monitor. I have a 1440p 27. So if you could fit more, and then you can use 1x scaling there, then have like similar PPI. But then the point is, if you have a bigger monitor and you keep it closer, I don't know, depending on your setup, or maybe a ultra wide monitor, having everything in the same place, like a full blown AI, and then the you open like a NeoVim, for example. I code a NeoVim. I think it can be uh, an interesting environment, and I will definitely test it a little bit more on some of my projects, especially with NeoVim. I think it's promising, but yeah, it felt slow. The review, yeah, the way you review things was a little bit weird. Only was pleasant with auto approve. So yeah, I think that's it. I think it was an interesting thing to test, and yeah, I recommend you testing. I don't recommend you go ahead and drop like cursor or whatever in order to get this. I don't think it is that good yet, at least for my use case. So yeah, See you folks in the next one. I need to get some sleep. I'm also a little bit tired. So yeah, thank you so much. If you watched until the end, please remember to leave a like if you like the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I hope to see you in a new video. Bye bye.